Archangel Michael is crying loudly right now. Heaven is trembling due to the fact you are approximately to skip this once more. The angels are shouting, please do not forget about it this time. Because this is not just a message, it is a divine interruption. A turning factor which can in no way be reversed. Something non-secular, something royal, something that carries your name written in mild. A millionaire has taken surprising hobby in you, and if you read cautiously, you'll recognize why the angels are weeping whilst you do not concentrate. You have been praying. You have been crying. You've been questioning why you are caught whilst others are growing. I saw you sitting by myself, whispering things like, does God even hear me? I was there. I heard you. However, what you did not recognize became that on the very second of your deepest ache, someone effective had their coronary heart moved due to you. They noticed you. Not just your frame, they saw your spirit. Your soul shook them. It wasn't simply physical. They couldn't prevent thinking about you. Something approximately you appeared too divine. They went home, seamed up your name, and commenced digging through every hint of you they may locate. They were bowled over. Archangel Michael tried to inform you 3 instances. You felt a pull. You disregarded it. You felt a sudden push to your spirit. You idea it become not anything. You had a peculiar dream nights in the past. That wasn't just a dream. It become a divine signal, a vibration from the spirit realm. You saved inquiring for a sign, and God sent the signal via a voice, someone, an ordinary event, however you skipped it. Every time you walked far away from it, Archangel Michael cried. He stood over you at the same time as you had been asleep, tears walking down his face, whispering, chosen one. Please don't pass this again. The millionaire isn't always simply rich in cash. They are wealthy in electricity, wealthy in reason, wealthy in destiny. But they are spiritually torn. The instant they encountered your presence, even supposing simplest online, they felt like they located the only man or woman who should calm the typhoon inside them. They saved your picture. Sure, they did. They take a look at it each morning. They requested a person approximately you. That person attempted to lie to them to maintain them far from you. However, something more than lies is pulling them in the direction of you. Now pay attention. This individual knows something approximately you that others don't. They discovered out a fact about your past that even you forgot. They saw the pain on your eyes and knew it wasn't weak point. It became hidden energy. They are now not drawing close you yet because they may be afraid. Sure, afraid. Now not of you. However, afraid they might not be worth. They have had everything, automobiles, cash, assets, repute, but they don't have peace. And somehow, your name brings them peace. They confess to a person that there is something approximately this man or woman that looks like domestic. But right here is what you don't know. If you skip this message once more, the enemy who's already watching you intently will intervene. A person near you has already felt the strength shifting in your desire. They have been snooping, asking questions on your workouts, your electricity, your boom. Certainly one of them even spoke curses over your name, hoping to hold this divine individual far away from you. But they failed. Due to the fact no curse can cancel what heaven has already confirmed. You need to put together. You don't need to do anything manipulative or fake. Just live grounded. Live in alignment. The possibility coming isn't always just about love. It is approximately inheritance. It's about elevation. It is about meeting a person who has been secretly guarded for you. The postpone wasn't rejection. It turned into divine safety. God can help you meet them before due to the fact you weren't yet in the mental state to apprehend how powerful this connection is. Archangel Michael says that the man or woman goes to do something very quickly so that it will surprise anybody around you. They will send a message, offer assist, invite you to a place, or even display up in which you least expect. You'll comprehend it's them because your soul will feel a surprising silence within the room the instant they communicate. Your spirit will weep, no longer as it's afraid, however, because it acknowledges home. You have waited see you later to be seen, to be loved without conceal. And that is the moment. The enemy is already trembling. They see the angels collecting round you. They see your religious glow increasing. They're trying to distract you, make you sense worthless, unimportant, left at the back of. But this message is evidence that you are chosen. You aren't invisible. You aren't deserted. And this divine individual has been proven in visions to you. Yes, those desires you thought were random. That turned into them. However, now they may be coming for real. Heaven is speaking through me to you. This is the confirmation you have got begged for. Do now not share it with people who may not apprehend. Do now not tell anyone. Defend this. Because when the blessing comes, so will the jealous eyes. And people eyes are already watching. It's why your angel is crying while you bypass this. Due to the fact your delay could supply room for distraction, sabotage, and doubt. But no longer these days. God says, in case you examine until this factor, it's because your soul knows it is time. You experience it. Something is ready to break open. A door is swinging. And this person you are approximately to satisfy goes to speak phrases to you that sound like prophecy. Because what they'll say is what you've got already whispered on your prayers. They're no longer who you believe you studied. They're deeper than their cash. They have fought battles you cannot believe. However, God preserved them due to you. They were going to give up. They even puzzled why they were alive. However, someday, your name came up in their spirit. Your picture confirmed up. And all at once, the mild got here returned. You revived something interior them without even knowing. It's why they're coming. Now, not for delight. Not for display. However, for future. And in case you still doubt, Archangel Michael says this: you've left out too many messages. Don't harm heaven once more with the aid of walking far from this one. This is not worry. This is fire. That is the instant your whole future hinges on. The angels have already cleared your course. However, they need your yes. Now not only a yes along with your mouth, but a yes along with your soul. Forestall doubting. Stop delaying. Stop fearing. A mystery is likewise being discovered to this millionaire right now. Someone they trusted told them a lie, approximately you, a dangerous lie. But heaven is exposing it. In fact, within 48 hours, someone goes to get caught lying about you. Their plan will backfire. And your call will upward push. They attempted to cancel you spiritually, emotionally, relationally, but God is not having it. You'll upward thrust besides. The individual that's coming for you isn't every day. It really is why your pain was not regular. You had been being trained for a destiny few can handle. You had been born for this. You had been crushed so you ought to carry the oil. You were rejected so that you may be organized for royal popularity. And this isn't always just a season. It smiles your very last transformation. No extra repeating cycles. No more begging for romance. No extra proving your well-worth. You're getting into your divine circle now. This is the confirmation that God in no way forgot you. Archangel Michael says he has been expecting 11 days in order to open this message. The longer you delay, the louder his cries become. But you listen now. And due to the fact you listened, something will start moving nowadays. Even before the solar sets, you will ship something divine unfolding around you. Mark this. You will hear from someone you least anticipate. A name. A message. A sign. Do not ignore it. It is tied to the whole lot written above. And to folks that doubted you, laughed at you, betrayed you, God says they may watch you be favored publicly. The identical mouths that mocked can be silenced. The same eyes that rolled can be filled with tears of remorse. Due to the fact you're taking walks right into a blessing that will be so loud, even your enemies will whisper, God really was with them. Archangel Michael is now quiet. He's not crying anymore. Due to the fact you listened. You opened it. You obtained it. And now heaven is rejoicing. This message is sealed beneath divine safety. It's only for you. Do not try to pass this once more. Kind amen to say it absolutely. Kind A receive it if you sense it on your spirit. God says, I've been watching you. I've been cautioning you lightly. I've been sending signals through your sleep, through your silence, via the surprising chills that ran via your spine. However, now Archangel Michael is crying loudly for your realm. His voice shakes the ecosystem, but you do now not concentrate. You scroll beyond, you ignore, but this message is for you. I send it in your ears, in your coronary heart, and on your future. The tears of my angel aren't simply sorrow. They may be a deep heavenly cry from realms past your comprehension. He weeps because you're at a door, and the cope with is already turning, but you refuse to open. He weeps due to the fact I have commanded him to ship one very last warning before something irreversible happens to your existence. Do not pass. Don't fake it is no longer for you. That is your very last moment of divine intervention before the earth underneath your feet shifts. I said to the angel, Visit my chosen one. Supply what they may be ignoring. Deliver it through goals, through strangers, through messages that look like twist of fate, but are soaked in cause. And but you unnoticed each single one. Now I am right here, speaking through this word, one last time before the gates either open in choose or near in outcome. A millionaire has taken a sudden hobby in you. They're not just like the rest. Their attention in the direction of you isn't always carnal, it is divine. I whispered your call to them in an area wherein no one else knew it. I visited them of their sleep and showed them your face. They were fighting confusion due to the fact you don't seem like who the sector said they would really like. However, I confirmed them your cause, your scars, your spirit. I showed them your calling and they cried after they found out it had to be you. They're stunned after what they simply determined. A document. A mystery. A story approximately you that turned into buried by using palms who didn't want the fact to breathe. They determined a record with your call on it, a past you didn't write, but others created to disgrace you. But pay attention carefully, selected one. I'm rewriting each page they attempted to smudge. I am elevating your call on scrolls and places you've got in no way been. Their discovery is your deliverance. Do now not allow your human common sense block what heaven has aligned. Do now not allow shame cancel your crown. Do now not permit what they think of you silence what I have confirmed in you. There may be a war proper now over your future. Your call has been called in secret rooms. Rooms you did not even recognize existed. They may be talking approximately you. No longer out of gossip, however out of awe. I dispatched angels to prepare you, however you left out the signs and symptoms. I sent visions, but you brushed them off as fantasy. You cannot have enough money to ignore this anymore. This isn't every other message. That is the message. Type A guys to unencumbered blessing 333. This person, the millionaire I sent, isn't always who you assume. They were raised in circles of strength, covered through wealth, however they were crying in private because I showed them your name. Their lifestyles is loud, but their heart is silent. Till now, they instructed a person. I cannot provide an explanation for why I sense this pull towards them. I just recognize I should locate them. What they don't know is I made that pull everlasting. Archangel Michael is crying because in case you pass over this divine pairing, the put-off will value you 5 years. Now not due to the fact I am punishing you, however because the whole lot in heaven moves in cycles, and this cycle, your cycle, is at the final moment of alignment. In case you do not hear this, you will cry later for something that was avoidable. Open now. They saw an image of you latterly. Someone showed it to them, and when they regarded, time stood nevertheless. The noise around them diminished, and your face brought an historical peace to their soul. They've seen many humans. They have met many souls. But you? You silenced the whole lot. Their friends laughed and said, "You're being too severe," but they knew it's turned into special. That photo is now hidden of their smartphone. They don't even recognize why they preserve observing it. And do you already know what else? someone who was close to you tried to intercept the blessing. They said things about you that were not authentic. They attempted to tarnish your mind earlier than it may reach its next dimension. But I allow it take place due to the fact I desired your reality to be demonstrated by hearth. I desired their lies to push your reason to the front. I informed Michael, do not interfere yet. Permit the typhoon display who nonetheless shines. The only I dispatched is making ready to attain out. They've written a message and deleted it more than one instances. They don't want to appear extraordinary or forward. But I'm putting holy braveness of their heart proper now. They are approximately to send something. A message, a name, a letter, maybe even a person they believe to attain out on their behalf. Don't forget about it while it comes. It's going to appear small. But interior that message is the seed of everything you've got been praying for in silence. Type Amen to receive blessing 1212. You haven't any idea what number of angels had been deployed to orchestrate this second. Your name turned into given within the courts of heaven, and I stated, marketplace. Even hell knows something is transferring around you. That is why you've got felt underneath attack currently. You are sleep disturbed. Your mood inconsistent. You are thoughts heavy. Because the religious realm has been seeking to distract you so you pass over the appearance. I'm no longer here to scare you. I'm here to prevent. Now not from others, but from postpone. From confusion. From cycles that preserve repeating due to choices based totally on worry. This message is not to accident. That is your divine interruption. Permit the tears fall if they should. It is heaven washing your spirit. Allow the beyond pass if it resurfaces. It is the enemy seeking to make you unworthy to your personal mind. However I, the Lord, have declared you worth. I've informed Archangel Michael to blow the trumpet before this message due to the fact the heavens cannot wait anymore. You must pay attention this. You'll no longer be unnoticed once more. I'm exposing the eyes of folks that never noticed your cost. I'm disposing of the blindfold from people who walked beyond you at the same time as protecting hands with counterfeit connections. Their spirits will now feel the absence of your anointing. I am drawing the eyes of kings and queens in the direction of your soul. Because I have located royalty inside you and no greater shall or not it's hidden. That millionaire I dispatched is not coming to control. They may be coming to cowl. They do not need to dominate your lifestyles. They need to assist satisfy the prophecy written over your name. But you must accept as true with. You must open your coronary heart once more. You must agree with that I'm able to ship love that does not come with torment. That I'm able to send wealth that doesn't spoil. That I'm able to ship help that doesn't harm. Kind Amen to launch blessing 777. There is a vicinity I have whispered to your desires. A city. A house. A room. An assembly place. That isn't always fiction. This is your subsequent station. I am shifting your surroundings. No longer due to the fact your current one is wicked, however because your next elevation wishes one of a kind soil. I've assigned an angel to present your emotional bags and carry your soul into a space wherein your call could be celebrated, now not just tolerated. Your family will not recognize before everything. It is K. They're not known as on your destiny. They may be witnesses of your beyond. And whilst a few will follow, others will fall away. Don't mourn leaves while I am growing your tree. Do not cry for what I prune. I see the whole thing they stated approximately you while you weren't within the room. But I also see the tears you cried due to the fact you didn't recognize the way to protect yourself. You don't need to anymore. I am defending you. I am raising your call among folks who look down on you. Not out of revenge. However, because vindication is the perfume I'm setting to your future. The millionaire is coming. They may be extreme. And their eyes had been opened. However, in case you are not emotionally available, they may hesitate. Heaven can't pressure what you won't acquire. But let this message melt your delight. Allow it heal the wound that told you love need to be earned. Permit it correct the lie that stated you aren't sufficient. You are more than sufficient. You are selected. Type A guys to activate blessing 999. The entirety will alternate in your lifestyles inside 30 days if you obey this message. You will no longer apprehend your circumstances. The cash, the relationship, the dream, the motive, it's going to all collide. However, this message is your check. Do not fail the examination of silence. Your reaction determines the discharge. Michael continues to be crying, however this time it's because he is aware of you are beginning to recognize. His tears at the moment are turning to joy. He's been waiting to be able to examine this, to open this, to reply. Don't pass this second. Don't push it apart. This was written for you. It changed into sealed underneath your name. The millionaire is waiting. The blessing is timed. And heaven is counting on you to obtain it. Kind amen to get your final blessing 333. If this message reached you and also you feel it deeply, God has spoken. It's just for you. Archangel Michael is crying loudly. His voice is shaking the gates of heaven because you, the chosen one, are ignoring the one message that could alternate the whole thing. He has held this message for too lengthy. Each second you put off, heaven groans. This isn't just a divine alert. It is your final invitation before future turns into a lesson. God says, you are not here through accident. You are not studying this by good fortune. Something divine guided your hand, your thoughts, your spirit right here. And this second, this sacred moment, is your proof. You have no concept what has just been discovered. A rich soul, a powerful parent in this global, someone who actions mountains in mystery, has taken an unexpected interest in you. However, it's now not casual. It is now not easy curiosity. It's divine intervention. They noticed something in you that they cannot unsee. It shook them to their center. They knew humans. They thought they had seen the whole lot, until they saw you. God says, this millionaire has secrets. They've stood before rulers, recommended presidents, and walked via golden corridors, but in no way as soon as did they prevent for a person. Till they saw your name. They couldn't breathe. They couldn't sleep. And they demanded solutions. Who is this? They requested. Why does this face observe me in goals? Their advisor introduced your photograph. Their spiritual counselor prayed over your call. And when they heard what heaven stated, they collapsed to their knees. You do not apprehend yet. However you may. Due to the fact heaven has been looking you. Every tear you cried in silence, amassed. Every insult thrown at you, recorded. Whenever you had been omitted, rejected, or used, it was not ignored. Archangel Michael stood by means of your facet through all of it. However now, he is no longer status. He's on his knees. Weeping. Because the message has come once more. Loud. Urgent. Burning like fire. And you are ignoring it. God says, do not you experience the tremble to your heart? That is not worry. It's confirmation. That voice whispering, stay. Study. This is for you. It's not your thoughts. It's me. This second has been in movement for years. But these days is exceptional. The walls round your blessing are crumbling. This is not a coincidence. That is the climax of every postpone. Each detour, every painful, no longer but. That is your divine unveiling. That millionaire, do you realize why they are bowled over? Because you aren't what they anticipated. When they saw the imaginative and prescient, they assumed it changed into a person famous, rich, loud. But then, heaven showed them your face. Quiet. Unrated. Lovely. Risky to darkness. The arena passed by using is the only God has selected to crown. They screamed. Why them? They requested. And the answer thundered from heaven, because they remained humble whilst they could have grew to become sour. Because they forgave when they may have cursed. Because they worshipped in mystery. Because they carried others once they themselves had been empty. You're approximately to be remembered in rooms you've got by no means entered. God says, a person is packing a surprise for you right now. Yes, right now. At the same time as you examine those words, an assembly is happening. Your name is on a listing. A record is open. And a door is swinging open. However, heaven is looking ahead to your settlement. You believe you studied clicking this was sufficient? Number. You ought to receive it on your spirit. No longer casually. Now not half-heartedly. Receive it like your lifestyles depends on it, because it does. Archangel Michael has fought battles on your name. Not one, no longer two, however hundreds. The moat of your life has felt heavy, like you are carrying something unseen, is due to the fact you have been carrying a crown, and crowns attract enemies. But God says, no greater postpone. That is your unsealing. The millionaire is not just greatly surprised. They may be now passionate about discovering why heaven maintains bringing up you. And their subsequent flow may want to rewrite your complete story. But pay attention cautiously. This blessing is conditional, not to your perfection, but on your obedience. This message is your training. And you've 30 seconds left to forestall scrolling and take in this completely. Sure, I'm counting. Archangel Michael says your name is being whispered in each the courts of heaven and the chambers of impact. A person who as soon as walked far from you is looking you now. They heard the rumors. They emitted the warnings. But now, they see the mild on you. God says, you'll be blessed in one of these ways that it makes your enemies apprehensive. However, additionally, pay attention once more. This new chapter will entice greater than prefer. It'll appeal to envy. Prepare yourself. I can divulge folks who clap for you in public however curse you in private. And I'm able to do it. You cried out to me and requested why I allowed the pain. Now I can show you. That pain changed into fertilizer. It buried you, yes, however it did not know you were a seed. And now, the sprouting is here. You are approximately to bloom so brightly that even individuals who ghosted you may attempt to go back. Do not open every door. Now not every person need to include you. God says, this millionaire, they may be planning a name. You may not count on it. It won't come via an ordinary number. It'll come after a strange dream or unexpected postpone. However, when it does, your call can be mentioned with honor. Your present could be asked. Your presence will be required. And your life will never be the identical. However, earlier than that occurs, something must damage. The chains of distraction. The dependency to delay. The poisonous relationship. The self-doubt. It must pass. Because you cannot deliver antique luggage into this divine invitation. Heaven has assigned an angel to walk beside you for the following 7 days. 7 days of supernatural clarity. 7 days in which you may start to see signs you've got never visible before. 7 days wherein you'll experience a weight lifted off your spirit. It is me. This is my hand. This message is not conventional. It's far custom designed for you. Before the foundations of the sector, I knew you will study this. It's why I am pleading with you. Do not bypass. Do not brush it off. Don't label it just another message. That is your second. Archangel Michael says, crying in heaven will forestall whilst you accept as true with what's being spoken now. The path has opened. However, there may be still one check. Will you accept as true with what you can't see? Will you step into the unknown, understanding I'm already there? Due to the fact I've gone in advance of you. That millionaire, the only who has suddenly taken interest in you. Do you realize what they advised their crew? I do not know what it smiles about this man or woman. However, I feel like they are a part of my reason. They have got looked at lots. However simplest you made them pause. Heaven arranged that come upon. And now, I am making ready your spirit for it. Do now not be surprised whilst want hits you like a flood. Do now not panic when people you have not heard from in years try to contact you. This is what overflow seems like. But you need to be discerning. God says, I can provide affirmation this night. Sure, tonight. Before nighttime, a divine sign will go to you. It is probably a dream, a sudden name, a repeating quantity, a memory, a call you have not heard in years. Whilst it comes, don't question it. It really is me, proving my word to you. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not disqualified. You are called, marked, watched, included. And this message, this sacred scroll from heaven, is your awakening. Now breathe. Sit down nevertheless. Permit this input your soul. Due to the fact the relaxation of your lifestyles just began. Archangel Michael is no longer crying. He is growing. Because you listened. Because you stayed. And now, the gates are open. Archangel Michael is crying loudly because you don't pay attention. His voice has echoed through the heavens, trembling the pillars of light, pleading with you to pay attention what you've got overlooked for some distance too lengthy. This message consists of the sound of divine urgency, no longer due to worry, however, because of how near you're to a blessing that may be stolen in a single second of silence. The angels are surrounding your call, your existence, your door, but you don't open it. And this silence is costing something everlasting. The heavens have watched you put off. Watched you doubt. Watched you scroll beyond what turned into dispatched without delay for your spirit. However, nowadays, this is the final caution before the miracle either lands or is passed to another. I, the Lord your God, have told Michael to cry loudly. Not due to the fact you are weak. Not because you're forgotten. However, because this is the very last call. Earlier than a shift you did not see coming swallows what turned into meant to be your blessing. A millionaire has taken an unexpected hobby in you. Not due to your outer display. Now not due to what others see. But because my spirit whispered your name in his desires. I planted your photo before his eyes while he wasn't even looking. He wakened in confusion. He went to his advisors. He attempted to shake it off. However, your name kept returning. The scent of your future lingered in each room he walked into. And now, he's greatly surprised. Shocked because someone like you, humble, forgotten, hidden, has stirred something in him that none of his riches ever ought to. However, he is not the best one, greatly surprised. Heaven is bowled over by using how you continue to doubt me after the whole lot I've carried out to reach you. This guy who controls thousands and thousands, who sits on seats others most effective dream of, has paused his whole day due to the whisper of your spirit. He has advised humans in self-assurance. I do not know why I preserve thinking about them. I don't know why, however something tells me this isn't every day. And now I'm telling you, it isn't always regular. It's far divine. It's far your appointed time. This connection become written earlier than your first tear. Before your first sadness. Earlier than the arena broke your self-assurance and buried your laughter. I designed this second for recuperation. But you need to pay attention. You need to act. You ought to not bypass what your soul already knows is meant for you.